Hey there, have you been thinking about taking that dream vacation now that you're in your golden years? While exploring new places and experiencing different cultures can be incredibly rewarding, there are some serious risks that many seniors don't consider until they're already facing them. As we get older, our bodies and minds change in ways that can make travel more challenging, exhausting, and sometimes even dangerous. Many folks assume they can keep up the same pace they did in their younger years. But the reality is that after 70, travel brings unique challenges that might turn your dream vacation into a stressful or potentially hazardous situation. In this video, I'm going to share 6 important reasons why traveling after 70 requires some extra thought and planning. From financial pitfalls to health emergencies, each point will help you understand the real challenges seniors face when traveling. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of why travel at this stage of life needs more caution and what steps you can take to stay safe if you still choose to travel. Stick around until the end because the last reason on our list is something many seniors never consider, yet it's one of the most common ways people lose their peace of mind while traveling. Let's dive in. 1. Higher risk of falls and injuries. One of the biggest dangers when traveling after 70 is the increased chance of falls and injuries. As we age, our balance, reflexes, and bone density naturally decline, making us more vulnerable to accidents. While a small stumble at home might be no big deal, taking a fall while traveling, especially in an unfamiliar place, can result in broken bones, hospital stays, or even permanent mobility problems. The truth is, a single fall can completely change a senior's life, turning what was meant to be a relaxing getaway into a painful and expensive ordeal. Many seniors don't realize how different travel environments can be from what they're used to at home. Hotels, cruise ships, and historic sites often have uneven floors, poorly lit staircases, or slippery surfaces. Some destinations have little to no accessibility accommodations, making simple activities like getting on a bus or walking on cobblestone streets unexpectedly hazardous. Take the case of Barbara, a 76-year-old woman who had always dreamed of visiting Greece. She was in pretty good shape for her age and regularly walked around her neighborhood without any issues. But when she arrived in Santorini and began navigating the steep, narrow pathways, she quickly realized it wasn't anything like her flat suburban sidewalks. One afternoon, while descending a set of uneven stone steps, she lost her footing and fell hard, fracturing her wrist. She ended up in a foreign hospital where communication was difficult, and she had to cut her trip short. What was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime turned into weeks of recovery and regret. Another major factor is travel fatigue. When you're tired from long days, irregular meals, and disrupted sleep, your reaction times slow down, making missteps more likely. For seniors with arthritis or joint pain, extended walks through airports, train stations, or tourist attractions can cause swelling and discomfort, increasing the risk of losing stability. So how can you reduce this risk? If travel is important to you, choose destinations with good accessibility, avoid areas with challenging terrain, and always wear proper, supportive footwear. Walking sticks, comfortable shoes, and staying well rested can make a huge difference. Most importantly, be honest about your physical limitations. No trip is worth sacrificing your long-term mobility and independence. 2. Increased health risks and medical emergencies. Another major concern when traveling after 70 is the increased risk of sudden health issues. As we age, our bodies become less predictable, and conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and respiratory problems can turn into emergencies when we least expect them. While at home, getting medical care quickly is usually straightforward. But when you're traveling, especially in an unfamiliar place or foreign country, finding appropriate treatment can become incredibly complicated. A minor health issue that could have been easily managed at home might quickly become serious, even life-threatening, when you're far from your regular doctor. For many seniors, the risk of a medical emergency isn't just theoretical, it's very real. Long flights can increase the risk of blood clots, deep vein thrombosis. High altitudes can strain the heart and lungs, especially for those with pre-existing conditions. And even something as simple as dehydration or heat exhaustion can hit much harder in an unfamiliar climate. Consider what happened to Thomas, a 72-year-old who had always enjoyed good health. He planned a river cruise through Europe with his wife, thinking it would be a relaxing way to see multiple countries without the hassle of constantly packing and unpacking. But on the fifth day of the trip, while in a small town in Austria, he started experiencing severe abdominal pain. The ship's medical staff could only provide basic care, and the nearest hospital was hours away. By the time he received proper medical attention, what turned out to be appendicitis had become a much more serious condition requiring emergency surgery. Thomas recovered, but the experience was traumatic, not just for him, but for his wife, who had to navigate a foreign healthcare system while dealing with language barriers. Their dream vacation became a nightmare that could have been avoided with more careful consideration of the risks. Medical insurance is another major concern. Many seniors assume their regular health coverage will follow them wherever they go, only to discover too late that they aren't covered for treatment in another country. Without proper travel insurance, hospital visits, emergency surgeries, and even basic medications can result in enormous out-of-pocket costs, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. If you're over 70 and planning to travel, always check with your doctor first. Get a complete health assessment, discuss any potential risks, and make sure you have all necessary medications packed. Research the healthcare system at your destination and, if traveling abroad, invest in comprehensive travel insurance that covers emergency evacuations and hospital stays. When it comes to your health, being prepared can make all the difference between a smooth trip and a disaster. 3. Travel fatigue and recovery challenges. Travel might seem exciting, but for seniors over 70, the physical toll can be much greater than expected. Long flights, early check-ins, unpredictable schedules, and hours of walking can lead to exhaustion that's difficult to bounce back from. Unlike in your younger years when a good night's sleep could recharge your body, older adults often find that fatigue lingers for days or even weeks after a trip. And when your body's tired, everything else suffers. Your immune function weakens, coordination worsens, and the risk of illness or injury increases significantly. One of the biggest issues seniors face while traveling is disrupted sleep. Sleeping in an unfamiliar bed, dealing with noisy hotels, or adjusting to different time zones can make it nearly impossible to get proper rest. Sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling tired. It affects mental sharpness, weakens your immune system, and even increases the risk of heart problems. Studies have shown that seniors who travel across multiple time zones often take longer to adjust, meaning jet lag can last much longer than expected. This lingering exhaustion can turn an otherwise enjoyable trip into a miserable experience, leaving you drained instead of rejuvenated. Then there's the issue of physical strain. Sitting for long periods on a plane, bus, or train can lead to stiff muscles, swollen joints, and an increased risk of blood clots. For seniors with arthritis or circulation issues, extended travel times can cause discomfort that lasts long after the trip is over. Even once you arrive at your destination, the physical demands of sightseeing, carrying luggage, and keeping up with scheduled activities can quickly become overwhelming. What starts as an exciting vacation can quickly turn into a struggle just to keep up. I remember hearing about Margaret, a 77-year-old who had always loved traveling. After retirement, she planned a 2-week European tour, assuming it would be just as enjoyable as trips she'd taken in her 60s. But after an 8-hour flight, navigating a busy airport, and adjusting to a 7-hour time difference, Margaret was exhausted before her vacation had even properly begun. By the second day, she had trouble keeping up with the tour group, struggled to stay alert during guided visits, and found herself needing frequent breaks. By the time she finally adjusted to the new time zone, it was almost time to head home. She then spent nearly 3 weeks recovering from the trip instead of enjoying her memories and photos. If travel is still important to you, plan plenty of rest days, stay hydrated, and avoid packing your schedule with back-to-back activities. Consider taking shorter flights with layovers so you can move around, pack nutritious snacks, and make time for naps to reduce exhaustion. Most importantly, recognize your personal limits and adjust your travel plans accordingly, because a vacation should be enjoyable, not something that takes weeks to recover from. Increased exposure to infections and contaminants. One major danger for seniors traveling is exposure to germs and infections. Crowded airports, planes, and public transit are breeding grounds for viruses. While younger folks might shake off a cold, these infections can cause serious complications for seniors. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken. Studies show seniors face higher risks from respiratory illnesses like flu and pneumonia, especially when encountering new strains abroad. Airplanes are particularly risky. You're breathing recycled air while sitting close to people from around the world. Food and water safety presents another challenge. Trying new foods is part of travel's appeal, but unfamiliar ingredients can cause digestive issues for seniors. Foodborne illnesses hit older adults harder, often leading to prolonged illness and dehydration. While locals may have immunity to certain bacteria in their water, visitors don't share this protection. Something as simple as drinking tap water or eating a salad washed in local water can cause serious stomach problems. Germs lurk on surfaces everywhere: doorknobs, seatbelts, tray tables, and these are rarely properly sanitized. Seniors using mobility aids face additional risk as they frequently touch public surfaces for support. If you still want to travel, take precautions. Wear masks in crowded places, wash hands often, use hand sanitizer, drink only bottled water, avoid raw foods, and stick to well-cooked meals. For international travel, get recommended vaccines and pack medications for potential stomach or respiratory issues. 5. Travel insurance and financial risks. A hidden danger of senior travel involves financial risks. Many assume their insurance or savings will cover emergencies, but travel-related medical issues, cancellations, and scams can quickly drain your finances. Many seniors don't realize their regular health insurance typically doesn't cover treatment abroad. If you get sick or injured while traveling, you could face thousands in medical bills. Emergency evacuations can cost tens of thousands without proper coverage. Trip cancellations pose another financial risk. Seniors often book trips months ahead, but health conditions can arise suddenly. Most airlines, hotels, and cruise lines have strict no-refund policies for last-minute cancellations, meaning you could lose your entire investment without proper insurance. Scams and fraud target travelers, especially seniors. Fraudsters use fake taxi services, overcharging, or elaborate schemes to steal credit card information. They often target older adults who seem unfamiliar with their surroundings. Consider Martha, a 71-year-old who booked what seemed like a perfect beach rental online. She paid up front after seeing beautiful photos and receiving professional-looking confirmation emails. Upon arrival, she discovered the address was fake. She'd fallen for a scam. With her money gone, she had to find last-minute accommodations at double her budget, turning a relaxing vacation into a financial nightmare. Protect yourself by verifying your health insurance covers international travel or purchasing comprehensive travel insurance. Book only through reputable companies, avoid too good to be true deals, and be cautious with money while traveling. Limit cash, watch who accesses your credit cards, and never share financial details with strangers. Final thoughts. These 5 risks, from falls and injuries to health emergencies, travel fatigue, infections, financial pitfalls, and cognitive challenges, can transform a dream vacation into a stressful or dangerous experience for seniors over 70. This doesn't mean seniors should never travel. Rather, your approach to travel might need adjustment. Instead of exhausting long flights and stressful tours, consider closer, safer destinations that put less strain on your body and mind. Exploring local attractions, taking shorter trips, or choosing destinations with good medical access makes a tremendous difference in safety and enjoyment. Travel should enhance your life, not create lingering problems. If you're considering travel after 70, honestly assess the challenges. Is your health stable enough? Do you have proper insurance? Is your destination safe and accessible? Asking these questions could prevent unnecessary hardship. Remember, quality of life matters more than simply adding more experiences. If modifying travel plans means staying healthier and safer, it's worth reconsidering your approach before booking that next flight. If you found this helpful, please share your thoughts in the comments. What insight will you apply to your future travels? Like and subscribe for weekly content designed to help you thrive in your golden years. Thanks for watching.